Jersey senior senator facing new criminal charges tonight.
Bob Menendez now accused of being an unregistered agent of the Egyptian government while he was the chairman of the powerful Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Fox 8's Teresa Priolo joins us live on the serious allegations laid out in this updated indictment. Teresa.
Yeah, Natasha and Steve, the U.S. government is alleging this scheme went on for almost 2 years. Today's announcement makes Menendez the first senator charged with acting as a foreign agent since Congress passed laws prohibiting this in the 1930s to target Nazi propagandists.
A mere few weeks ago, New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez was the chairman of the powerful Foreign Relations Committee and arguably one of the most influential elected lawmakers in either party, in either house. Thursday, the federal government alleged he's also a traitor. From at least January 2018 to June 2022, Menendez, his wife Nadine, and other defendants willfully, knowingly combined, conspired, confederated, and agreed together to have a public official, Robert Menendez, act as an agent of the government of Egypt.
If you're another member of the U.S. Senate, not only are you concerned that he may be a criminal, but that he's disloyal, that his first allegiance is to another country and not to the United States.
The latest charge is part of an updated federal indictment. Last month, the senior senator was charged with taking bribes and using his power to influence criminal investigations. Thursday's edition includes alleging ghostwriting, a letter on behalf of Egyptian officials meant to persuade senators to free up U.S. military aid to Egypt.
If the evidence is stacked up against the senator and his wife, and show a connection between things he was doing in the government and also the interest of the Egyptian officials, then that's going to be evidence that the defense will have a hard time refuting.
This isn't the first time Menendez has been pinned, accused of criminal behavior. In 2015, he was indicted on bribery charges, accused of trading favors for gifts worth close to $1 million. That case ended in a mistrial.
The old adage, where there's smoke, there's likely to be fire, certainly seems to apply here.
In a statement late Thursday night, the senator said the latest charge flies in the face of his long record of standing up for human rights and democracy in Egypt and in challenging leaders of that country. He went on to say, quote, piling new charge upon new charge does not make the allegations true. The facts haven't changed, only a new charge. It's an attempt to wear somebody down, and I will not succumb to this tactic.
And prosecutors are also asking a judge to seize any and all assets connected with that bribery and foreign agent case, which includes his home in Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey. Natasha and Steve.
All right, Teresa, thank you.